It's been just over a week since my last aquaponics update. The lettuce is cranking, planting about 8 to 10 a week. There's a couple of tomato plant transplants. I'm just experimenting with them, see how they do in the NFT. Tilapia are happy. They eat the banana leaves, but they prefer the Toscano kale. The Ebb&Flow system is rocking. Here's tomato plants. I made a trellis there ready for them to grow into. Got lots of greens, spinach, lettuce, green onions, and we got new stuff popping up so that we have always have plants growing after I harvest. Here's some spinach, a little bit of cilantro in the back there. Cucumbers with a trellis that's going to be expandable. So I'll just let it climb where it wants as long as I keep it out of the grow bed there. Salt's doing pretty good. A taro plant with some spinach for extra filtration. Got a new taro plant there that I transplanted from my other system. It's lagging a little bit, but it'll pop back to life. Quick view from the rear. Interesting to see how the cilantro does. I haven't had much luck with that so far, but it seems to be doing pretty well in this one. And there's a caramangai or moringa tree. Here are the used Keurig coffee containers that I'm using as planters for the NFT. So now this is a prototype really designed to be implemented in third world countries. And so what I have here, rather than the normal Schedule 40 pipe, which is a lot more expensive, is just plain old drain pipe. And so what happens is sometimes, because it's so hot here in Hawaii, sometimes these things get a little bit dried out, and so I need to be able to adjust the flow. To do that, what I've got are two mechanisms, real simple here. I've got this little bar right here. I can turn it up, and as you can see, that causes the water to fill up back up. Okay. The other simple thing I did here is this cap. Okay, you can just turn it up like that. Now, this isn't such an issue with plants with more advanced root systems that drop all the way down into the water without a problem. But as you can see, with the starters that don't have quite as advanced a root system yet, we need to raise the water level up and keep it moist. You can see it's starting to come up there a little bit now. There we go. And so it's sort of like the same principle with the Ebb&Flow system. Because it's so hot here, especially this time of year in August, I'll just kind of flood this maybe once or twice a day. In the morning when I feed the fish, and then later in the evening. And it only takes a couple of minutes. So when the water level gets up like that, I'll just come over here, turn this down, and start the flow again. I'll turn it up real quick just so you can see the little guys. You can see they're converted to the Toscano kale from the regular fish. And down there, like 25 little pink tilapia. I'm pretty happy. It took me about 2 weeks to convert them from the fish food, commercial fish food, to the kale here. And I'll still give them, every couple of days I'll give them a little extra of the regular fish food just as a treat. Same with these guys here. Not so much as a treat, but the higher protein causes them to produce a little bit more ammonia, which is good when the plants start looking a little bit nutrient starved. So this is pretty high now, so I'm just going to drop this down. And what happens if it gets too high, it starts overflowing. You can just adjust the flow. And it's got a little bit too high there. I don't want to drown the plants. that'll come down just fine in a few minutes. These guys are almost like dogs waiting for their biscuit first thing in the morning. And as you can see, they really like their Scano kale. So that's about it. This is an ideal system for a third world application. The power usage is minimal, about maybe 60 watt bulb, or the same amount of power as a 60 watt bulb. And obviously the water recirculates, and even in the hot weather like this that we have here in Hawaii, I only lose about 5 gallons a week to evaporation. So it's really ideal for third world applications where water is an issue. Aquaponics has been around for a long time now, but it's really starting to take off globally. And so if aquaponics is something you're interested in, let's collaborate. Feel free to ask questions, comment, and by all means, please subscribe. I'll be continuing to do these updates as I expand my system. Okay, God bless.